Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Chemistry is Fun. Today we will deal with the topic acids, bases and salts. This will be the part 6 of the chapter meant for class 10 CBSE. Now today we will see what happens when an acid or a base is added to water, that is in a water solution, how they behave. Now see, whenever HCl is dissolved in water, hydrogen ions in HCl are produced in the presence of water. So what happens? There will be separation of H plus ions from HCl, but this cannot occur in the absence of water. As we see in this equation, HCl plus H2O gives H3O plus and Cl minus. But H plus will not exist on its own. It requires a water molecule, so we get H3O plus. Hydrogen ions cannot exist alone. They exist only after combining with water molecules. Hydrogen ions are shown as hydronium ion H3O plus, as we can see here, or we write it as H plus aqueous, means it is associated with a water molecule. So when HCl is added to water, we get H3O plus and Cl minus. Actually HCl will ionize to give H plus and Cl minus. This H plus combines with the water molecule to produce H3O plus, hydronium ion. Similarly, when a base is dissolved in water, as we see in case of sodium hydroxide NaOH, NaOH in water produces Na plus and OH minus, Na plus aqueous and OH minus aqueous. Similarly, KOH will produce K plus and OH minus. MgOH twice. One more equation we can see. MgOH twice in the presence of water. It will produce Mg2 plus and 2OH minus. 2OH minus ions are produced, means 2 hydroxide ions are produced. So MgOH twice in presence of water produces Mg2 plus and 2OH minus aqueous. Okay, so we find that bases generate hydroxide ions OH minus in water. Bases which are soluble in water are called as alkalis. So the bases which are soluble in water are called as alkali. Bases are bitter in taste, soapy in touch, and turn red litmus blue. Bases are bitter in taste, soapy in touch, and turn red litmus blue. Also, very important property is that both the acids and bases can conduct free electric current in their aqueous solution. Due to the presence of free ions, as we have seen in the aqueous solution, from the acid we get H plus, as we have seen here. Acid will produce H plus, which exists as H3O plus hydronium ion, and anion also, like in case of HCl1 chloride, anion Cl minus is produced. Magnesium hydroxide in the presence of water produces Mg2 plus and OH minus. So OH minus, that is hydroxide ion, will be definitely produced from the bases in water. So because of these ions, because of the presence of the ions, acids and bases are able to conduct free electric current in their aqueous solution. And why they are able to do this? Due to the presence of free ions. Now see students, in every case of acid or base, the amount of H plus ions or OH minus ions produced is not the same, and that decides the strength of an acid or a base. So the strength of an acid or a base depends on number of H plus ions or OH minus ions produced by them respectively. That is, acid will produce H plus, base will produce OH minus. More the H plus ions produced by the acid, stronger is the acid. When more number of H plus ions are produced by the acid, stronger will be the acid. And more the OH minus ions produced by a base, stronger is the base. So directly proportional. More the ions produced, more the strength of that acid or the base. Now see, in case of a base, we get some examples. Sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, these are bases. And the bases which ionize completely to furnish OH minus ions are called strong bases. There will be some bases in which the amount of OH minus ions produced is more. Then they are known as strong bases. Because as I just told you, all the bases do not ionize to the same extent. Those which ionize completely to furnish OH minus ions are called strong bases. So I hope students you all could understand this much. And one more important property is that the process of dissolving an acid or a base in water is a highly exothermic one. Dissolving an acid or a base in water is highly exothermic. So when we mix concentrated nitric acid or sulfuric acid with water, we should be very careful, because dissolving an acid or a base in water is a highly exothermic reaction. So you should be careful when we do this type of addition of water. I hope students you all could understand this much. So next important point is mixing an acid or a base with water will result in decrease in the concentration of ions per unit volume. Mixing an acid or a base with water results in decrease in the concentration of ions, that is H3O plus ion or OH minus ion per unit volume. Such a process is called dilution. This process is called dilution and the acid or the base is said to be diluted. So I hope you all could understand the topic which I discussed today. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe to the channel and share the video. I will be continuously posting videos on all the topics one after the other. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.